two, one, or no real solutions. You can determine the number of solutions of a quadratic equation by evaluating the discriminant.
Next, Charles.
If the quadratic equation is in standard form, this discriminant is b squared minus 4ac.
Where do you see b squared minus 4ac in the quadratic formula? Where is it? Jordan. Where? In the root. In the radical, right. So this is the same expression that's underneath the square root. So all we're really going to be talking about today is b squared minus 4ac. This is at the top of the paper that I handed out to you, so you can either look at the board or you can look on your paper. Remember, it needs to be stapled or glued into your notebook by tomorrow, right after today's note. So let's look at the top row. So how is this related to a function? When you're talking about finding the roots, the x-intercepts, or the zeros of a function, you're saying the same thing. They're like cousins. Kind of like when we talked about, you can call it a coordinate, a point, or what else? You can call it a coordinate, a point, or what else? We're talking about or an ordered pair. Now the three names for this are x-intercepts, roots, or zeros of a function. All it means is how many times the parabola touches the x-axis. So when you solve for the discriminant and it has two answers, that means that parabola is going to cross the x-axis twice. When you solve the discriminant and it has one answer, that means it's going to touch the x-axis once. What is this point called? If it's the highest or lowest point on a parabola, raise your hand. It's the highest or lowest point, it's the minimum or the maximum on a parabola. McIver. The vertex. So that means if it's one intercept, it's the vertex of the parabola. It can be a minimum or a maximum. And sometimes the parabola won't even touch the x-axis, and that's when you're going to get no solution. Again, the discriminant is the b squared minus 4ac. When it's greater than 0, it'll have two solutions. So I want you to put a star right here. I won't show you on the paper, I'll show you on the board. So put a star right here next to this expression, inequality, that says b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, so that when you see the discriminant's answer is a positive number, you know it's going to have two solutions. Now put a star here. When it equals 0, it's going to have one solution. And when it's a negative number, put a star here. It's going to have no solution. Go back to those stars when we're going over today's lesson, and especially right before the lesson, please. This is at the bottom of your paper. You just put a star next to everything that I said, and it's right here again. So it's also at the bottom. So when the discriminant has a positive answer, when the discriminant is positive, how many solutions does that parabola have? Everybody? Two. Okay, when the discriminant has a 0, when the discriminant is 0, how many solutions will the parabola have? One. And when the discriminant is negative, how many solutions does it have? All right, somebody raise your hand and tell me, what does it mean to be a solution to a quadratic function? What are these solutions? And I'm going to go back to this because this is a hint. Alexis.
The parabola crosses the x-axis.
Right, give me three names that we can call where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Three names. All right, one, Robert. X-intercept, that's one. Give me another one. George. Can't be the y and the x. It's where it crosses the x-axis. So x-intercept. Charisma. Root. That's the second one. What is the third way to call a solution of a quadratic function? It rhymes with heroes. I heard it. What is it? Zeros of a... Okay, we have to know the three names. One name is what?
Root.
Okay, one person give me all three. All three names that you call it when the parabola is crossing the x-axis, because they may not say what are the zeros of the function. They may not say what are the roots. They might say what. What did I not say so far?
X-intercept.
Right. So x-intercept, give me the other two I've already said.
Root and 0.
That's half, that's like part of it. Zeros, what? Right, zeros of a function. Yes, Caleb? Question? Okay, give me the three names of where the parabola crosses the x-axis. Go.
Root, zero, function, and XX.
Right. X. Ah. Okay, in this quadratic equation, identify the A, B, and C. Renee.
A is 3, B is -2, and C is 2.
Thank you for taking the time with the number. Now we're going to substitute 3, -2, and 2 into the discriminant. What's the discriminant? It's not the whole quadratic formula. It's just a little part. What is the discriminant? What are we plugging this A, B, and C into now, Lacey? B squared minus 4AC. Right. So if you look up here, we have B squared minus 4AC. We had a -2. Make sure you take the right 2. It was a -2 for B. So -2 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. Mental math real quick. Tell me what it is. Raise your hand when you know it. -2 squared minus 4 times 3 times 2. Carmelita?
4 minus 24.
Okay. And what is 4 minus 24? 20? So if you have $4 and you owe me 20?
Never mind. I take that.
All right, take it back and give me the right answer. You have 4, you owe me 20.
Negative.
Sorry, you have 4. You owe me 24.
Alright, that's negative 20. Or negative 20.
There we go, -20. Trying to give you the answer. Not bad. -20. Now, looking at this, this is the discriminant. Is it going to have 1, 2, or no solutions? Is this parabola going to have 1, 2, or no solutions? Charles? 2? No solutions, right. Why is it going to have no solutions? Because it's a negative. Now, this is what today's lesson is. Can you identify the A, B, and C of the quadratic equation? Can you plug it into the discriminant? If it's negative, it has no solutions. If it's positive, it has 2 solutions, and if it's 0, it has how many solutions? If it's 0, if the discriminant is 0, it has 1 solution. Okay, let's look at this quadratic equation real quick. Let's see if we can answer the question. Is it going to open up or down? Yeah. Why do you think this quadratic